Hey guys. So I'm sorry I'm a couple of minutes late. So random. So we ran out of bubbles. I bet you didn't expect me to talk about bubbles right now. So we've run out of bubbles, and as a mom, you can probably understand bubbles are very, very important in our house to have. So as one of, the things I need to do today was obviously to pick up bubbles. So I'm trying to be like really responsible and make sure we're not spending too much money and all of this stuff. And so Target and the dollar store are right across the street from each other. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to go to Target because I know myself and I spend way too much money at Target, like way too much money at Target when I get in there. I'm like a little like a fish in a bowl. Like my head is just like spinning around and like I can't even concentrate. I'm just like so excited by all the things at Target. And then like that like $5 or below thing that they have, like, come on. Come on. Like, of course I'm going to go over there and look. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to go to Target. I'm going to go to the dollar store and I know I'm just going to be spending like a couple bucks and that's it. Go to the dollar store and, we get our knockoff bubbles and stuff, which like I get our knockoff stuff at the dollar store all the time. So we get home and Grace has like very fair skin like I do. And we go outside and we're playing bubbles. And we were outside no more than like 5 minutes because one, it's like super, super hot here. We're having a heat wave in New York and it's like 90 degrees, but the humidity is just unbearable. And it was also lunchtime. So I bring her inside and she's sitting there and she's eating lunch. And I'm looking at her and she just starts getting red all over her face, like her entire cheeks, her nose, the top of her forehead, just scarlet red. And I'm like, whoa, 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 what's going on here? So I call my husband and I like FaceTime at him at work and he's looking at it and he's like, oh yeah, but you were just outside. Like she's probably really hot. And I'm like, yeah, but we were outside for like no more than like 5 minutes. 5 minutes was like the longest that we were out there without sunscreen on. And that was my bad. Like I should have put sunscreen on, but I knew we were only going to be out there like 2 seconds and back inside. So I'm like, something's not right. So it just started getting worse and worse and worse. And like her little cheeks and her forehead and her nose, they're just getting like redder. So I'm like, she's having an allergic reaction to the knockoff bubbles. Like, oh my God. So I break out the Benadryl, give her the Benadryl. And so like give her a little time. I'm trying to like have her do some quiet time and stuff and activities. And like within like 10 minutes, the redness just started coming down. And I was like, oh my God, like how crazy is that? I tried to be such a good mom. I tried to be like, get her the bubbles, tried to like, watch the money and everything. And she gets a reaction. Like, are you kidding me? So then like it was on the funny side of it all, it was like watching the Discovery Channel because like if you've ever watched the Discovery Channel and they've like, like you see a wild animal and they need to like help it or something and they have to give it a tranquilizer and they shoot it with a tranquilizer and then like they're out. That's how it was with Grace with the Benadryl. Like the poor kid was like, trying to like stay awake like 5 minutes after the Benadryl because like, just knocked her out and she's not used to like taking stuff like that. So it was very funny. She's never gone down for a nap so quickly in her entire life. But anyway, that is why I'm late to this live stream. So I apologize. But you know how it is as a mama, you just got to have those little people come first. But I am here now. And we are going to be talking about choosing and creating the life that you want. So throughout the month of August, we have been focusing on mindset and inspiration. And this, I think, is something that really goes along with all of that, is creating the life that you actually want. And I think a lot of times we get so caught up in what we can't control. So I think everyone can agree, like you can't control the family you're born into, right? You love that phrase of like, you can pick your friends, but you can't pick your family. Like that's, that's how it is. You can't pick your family. You can't pick if you grow up in the projects or in a mansion. You can't pick a lot of things in life. You can't pick your genetic makeup. You can't pick, some of the health problems that you're going to get. Like me, like, an autoimmune disease, like didn't really think that was coming, took care of myself, all my life, and then got hit with that. Couldn't really control it, right? But I think a lot of times we kind of get stuck on those things that we can't control, because we keep saying, well, it's in the cards. These are the cards that were thrown at me. Can't do anything about it. And so then we get into this cycle of just thinking we can't change anything. And that's not true. So every day we get up every day and we have decisions to make. So we have a decision to either see the sun as shining or see it cloudy outside, right? We have the decision to be a patient, caring, loving mom. We have the decision to, be a great partner, a great mother, a great sister, whatever your role in life is. We have those decisions, and we also can make choices about how we handle things, our responses to people, even if they're not a nice person, our responses to those people. That's a choice that we can make. But then we can also make other choices when it comes to actually creating our life. So one of the things in order to actually create your life that you want is a tip that I have I have 4 tips that we're going to go through. So one is to stop setting goals for the wrong reason. Okay. So does anybody set goals for the wrong reason? Okay. If you do, drop a yes in the comments. And what I mean by that is you're doing things, or mentally in your head, you're setting goals up for your future for just things that other people might want. I want $1 million. Well, that $1 million, yeah, maybe it might happen in the future, but like, let's have it be a little bit more realistic. Like, do you really need that $1 million? No, maybe like you need a part-time income or a full-time stable income. You need an income coming in, so that you can stay at home with your kids, whatever it is, but be realistic. Other things that, you set goals for, like, let's say you're not overweight, you're not unhealthy, you're not pre-diabetic, or, the doctor isn't concerned about any health issues, but you have wanted to lose that baby weight. You still have that extra 10 pounds on, and it's just annoying you, and you are setting that as a goal. Well, I'm not telling you not to set that as a goal. If that makes you feel better about yourself, then sure, do it. But do you really need to lose that 10 pounds? Or are you just setting that goal because you think that you should? You think that everybody else, all the women on the magazines, that, the celebrities that dropped the baby weight like that you think you should be doing that too. Okay. Are you choosing a goal, to buy a house? Is that your goal? Well, is that truly your goal? Or is it a goal just because all of your friends and stuff have bought houses? So I'm not telling you not to set, weight as a goal, or buying a house as a goal, or making $1 million. If those are your true goals, go for it. But what I am saying is you do have to do some real deep inner reflection to determine if those are truly the things that you want, or are they the things that other people might want, and you're kind of getting influenced by that. So make sure it's actually the goals that you want, because then it will actually be so much easier to create the life that you want if they're actually goals that you truly internally want. So the next tip that I have is to make a vision board. Now I know it sounds like very foo-foo and all of this, and very like touchy-feely, but I'm actually in the middle of creating my vision board. And I find it so helpful. The reason why I find it really helpful is because I'm a very visual person, and with the hustle and bustle of every day, of like going with Grace, like getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, doing all my work for my clients. Well, not all my work, but like some of my work before she gets up. And then being up with her and go, 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 and dealing with rheumatoid arthritis and dealing with, family issues and dealing with, just everything, and you're constantly on the go, no matter what your situation is. I love having that visual representation of what I'm working towards that can hit me in the face every day. I look up and it's there. Whether it's in your office, your bedroom, your living room, wherever you think is a good spot for it, that you're just going to come in contact with it every single day and be reminded. A great thing that I have heard people doing, which I'm kind of toying with where to put my vision board, if I want to put it in my office. Well, my office, I'll tell you guys about that another time. But or if I want to do that, or if I want to put it as the background of my laptop screen, right? Because you're always on your laptop, trying to do work, trying to apply for jobs, all of these things. Why not put it as the background on your laptop screen, and then you see your vision board every single day and you're reminded of what you're working towards. So especially on those bad days when you're exhausted, you're stressed out with the kids, you didn't get a response from a client that you applied for a job for, or, it's crickets with all of the things that you replied to on, Facebook groups for jobs, and you're frustrated. Having that vision board, having that visual representation just helps so much. So if you're a visual person, drop me an emoji, just letting me know you totally get what I'm talking about. So number 3, my third tip for creating the life that you want. So identify how you're actually going to reach your goals. So a huge issue that people tend to do is they make this goal. So let's just go with saving money. I want to save $20,000 for the year. Let's just throw that number out. I want to save $20,000. I want to be able to put that into my kids' college saving. I want to, pay off my debt, whatever it is. We'll just go with finances. Well, how are you going to actually get there, right? That sounds all well and good, but you need a realistic plan. So when it comes to finances, let's say, something that my husband and I did, and I will actually share this spreadsheet with you guys afterwards that I had created, was we needed to cut our bills, and we weren't spending that much, but we still needed to find ways to just cut our bills. And so what we did was we created a spreadsheet. We mapped out every single monthly bill that we had, utilities, food, gas, car insurance, absolutely everything went into this spreadsheet of our monthly budget. And then we every single month look through all of the expenses on our credit card as well to see if there's anything outside of those things. And we continue just having like a family meeting every month of like, okay, this expense on food, like that needs to come down a little bit. Like for food, for example, we wound up finding a really great deal at our local meat shop where they do packaged freezer meals. So it's all like organic stuff, which is great, but you can get it in like bulk. And then we put it all in the freezer. We cut it into like individualized portions that we can take out for dinners and stuff. And that's been a huge way where we've been able to cut our bill down on our food. We looked at our cable bill. We wound up dropping cable, and I can't even I'm not this super techie person or anything. But he wound up, he had a PlayStation. So, because us ladies have so much time, we're playing PlayStation, but they have, enough time that they can play PlayStation. So he has a PlayStation, and so he wound up streaming stuff through the PlayStation View and whatever, wound up saving us, I want to say $40 a month, which I think is a lot of money. So we did all of those different things. We took each individual thing and looked at it on how we could bring those bills down. And so then, based on that, we looked at the number that we were able to save every month, and we're able to calculate that into a year's worth of savings. So we knew how we were going to be hitting our financial goals every year. So whatever your goal is, whether it's financial, whether it's education, whether it's your business, you have to have that breakdown of how you're actually going to get to the end. Hey, Jeannie. So then, the last tip that I have is getting yourself into a high vibe place. So, it's so easy to just kind of get into the everyday flow of changing diapers, getting the kids dressed, trying to get the kids up to school, being with the kids all day if they're, really little like mine, trying to do your stuff for work, trying to find new jobs, trying to make enough income. You get wrapped up in all of those things. And so you have to try and remember to find the joy in the little things. Okay. And this is something I have to remind myself of all the time. People always say, Katie, it goes so fast, with the little ones. Enjoy this time. And so there are moments when Grace is throwing herself down on the floor and having tantrums, and I can't even get out the door, or we're at the playground, she doesn't want to leave, and she's having a tantrum, and I'm the person that everybody's looking at because their child is screaming, and I'm mortified. In those moments, no, I am not enjoying things. But outside of those moments, I try and remind myself how fast time is going with her, and how cute her little cheeks are, and that they're not always going to be those fat little cheeks that I'm going to be able to kiss, and wiping the dirt off of her face at the end of a really, really fun day with her. You're not going to get all of those moments, So you have to remind yourself to go outside and breathe in the fresh air, to let the sun shine on your face, to feel the sun shine on your face. Shoot me an emoji. When was the last time you went outside and you just enjoyed? Weren't doing anything. You just stood there for just a minute and just enjoyed. You listened to the trees, you listened to the birds, you felt the sun shining on your face. When was the last time you did that? Shoot me, let me know. Did you do it today? Was it last year? When was the last time you actually did that? So let me know. I try to do that every day. Don't always do it, but I try and remind myself. So one, you need to actually get yourself into a high vibe place of enjoying those little things, but then also balancing that with those goals that you have of what you're going to enjoy in the future in your new life that you are creating. So what I mean by that, so when I was working nights and weekends as an adjunct professor, and I was trying to, get my foot into the freelance world, and I was super sick with RA, but didn't know that I was sick with RA, and, going through all of that, of course, I was trying to, enjoy those moments with Grace. She wasn't even walking yet. She was, just a mush. And I was trying to, enjoy all of those things. But I was also looking forward to all the things that were in my new life, like not having to say goodbye to her at a certain time every single day. not being stressed out with having to commute over an hour to my job, not having to stand on my feet for hours and hours and hours and not getting any rest and being physically exhausted. All of those things I was really looking forward to and were pushing me towards creating that freelance life that I wanted. So you have to kind of balance it between enjoying the life that you have and enjoying the little things, the little moments, but also going forward and thinking about all the things that you're going to love in your new life so that it can inspire you. So those are my top 4 tips to actually help create the life that you want and to be inspired and have the right mindset. So in my phrase that I like to say is enjoy the present and be excited for the future. Okay, so I am going to share with you my my little template for our finances. If that happens to be helpful to you, drop me a comment and let me know if you enjoyed this, if you got something out of it. And lastly, our open enrollment is ending on Friday for the Freelance Starter Guide. I can't believe it, right? Like, I feel like we just launched and spots filled up so quickly. So as you know, I'm only taking a max of 15 people. And I do that because there is the online group coaching aspect and there's a monthly group call. So a max of 15 people are let into the Freelance Starter Guide program, and it's a 6-week program. There are currently 3 spots left in the program, and open enrollment will end on midnight on Friday. So if you are interested in enrolling, I will put the link for you to learn more information in the description of this video. And then also, I've been running a special for the Grow Your Business with Chatbots course as well. There's still, I want to say there's 4 10% off coupon codes still available. I might be wrong on that number, but I think it's around 4. So if you want to purchase that course, the code is at checkout. It's 10 for 10. And I'll put that in the description of the video too. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.